All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Danny, and this is the Common Rule Podcast. Well, all right. Thank you so much for waiting. It has been a while since I've done an episode here, and I apologize. I don't know, man. What can I say? I've been working on me or something like that. Whatever. The thing is this, man. I actually did record a podcast about a week ago. And I was going to upload it and do all that and do this, that, and the other and, put it up, whatever. But when I heard it back, oh, man, a few things were wrong with it. First and foremost, in the podcast, I was bragging about how good my audio is sounding and the things that I'm doing to make my audio better because I'm learning and I need to stay creative even though I'm basically immobile and things like that. And while that podcast was actually decent and had some merit to it and in and of its own it meant well, I sounded angry when I went back and listened to it, and it wasn't good. That, and again, I was bragging about the quality of the work, and I must have hit something or I must have done something retarded or whatever, but, well, we won't say retarded. That's not a good word anymore, is it? But I must have done something where I flipped a switch or something where my podcast sounded distorted. So now it was really bitter, and I was just not in a good state of mind. I decided I definitely needed to re-record it, but I'm like, you know what? I sounded angry. Whatever it is, something is bothering me. I knew what it was, but I'll get into that in a little bit. But it was I had to wait a while to saw that shit out and, fucking be in a better state of mind here, I think what it was is I've really been thinking about, well, I have nothing but time to think about random shit. Lately, I don't know if it's these pills they got me on, but I'm really, again, just thinking about shit that I haven't thought about in 30 years, 40 years, since I was a little kid. And it's kind of weird to me. One of the things that I'm doing right now is I'm offering my services, and this goes out to anyone listening too that's in the Phoenix area. If you want to start a podcast, let me know. thecommonrule@gmail.com is the email. I'll leave, of course, there's always links in the notes, and you can go to thecommonrule.com and drop me a message to get a hold of me. But if you want to start a podcast, let me know. I'll hook you up. I'll record your first 2 episodes and then get you started on there, and then we can work something out on the way from there. I'm still working on my rates and seeing how much I want to charge for that kind of service, but whatever. That's, on down the line. So I put that out there recently, and if you follow me on social media, you know that I have, or, every once in a while I'll put out that post. But a couple of people took me up on it. And Raw Sugar Podcast, I started their podcast off, and their first episode, I was very impressed with the amount of hits that they got. Fucking awesome. And so they recorded their second episode about, a couple of days after Thanksgiving. And they got into some deep shit, man. And they did. They got into, their parents and their upbringing, and that essentially kind of hit home because I was, maybe let's just say about the past 3 or 4 weeks, I've been thinking about the exact same thing. It's not good, but they really kind of triggered it and made me think about it. And so when I went in and recorded this podcast, I must have had that on the mind or something like that. And I'm like, let's just wait on recording for it. And, I'll get back to that theme because I thought it was a pretty good theme to hit on. But I want to make this one a little short and sweet. And I've been meaning to talk about this one for a while now. I've been meaning to talk about gambling. Kidding. I've been meaning to talk about, and I think I might have touched on this before, as far as making the right choices and things like that. But I've been playing a lot of poker, a bit of poker these past few months. What's happening is that we have our house for sale, and anybody interested, hit me up, let me know. It's probably on Zillow if you want to look it up. But we have our house for sale. And they've been having open houses here on the weekends. So my brother and I, in order to go out and find something to do for a few hours while the open house is happening, we've been going to a movie, a matinee of sorts, and then having lunch or breakfast, however it works out. But the past couple of times, my brother has been playing poker. I don't know if it's a poker league but they have around town, they have poker nights, or they used to call them free rolls where I'm from in San Diego. And I'm not sure if I haven't played in a casino in a long time, but essentially they're more or less free tournaments that get you qualified to other tournaments, and you acquire points and things like that. And it's a great way to practice. They're free. It doesn't cost any money. And if you take it seriously and as a learning process, you can play poker. You can better your poker skills. And of course, you're playing with a lot of people that, well, the poker isn't as real as if the money was real, like in a real tournament that you pay to get into, or in a cash game. People do seem to gamble a little more. They might not take it as seriously as one of these other games, but some of them do. But at least you get to learn how to read cards again, and which I fucked up royally on a hand. I hadn't played poker in a while, and I thought I had it straight, and I damn near jumped off the table and fucking threw my cards down. They're like, no, bro, you need a 9 for that. I'm like, shit. I'm fucking embarrassed. You start to get your legs, your sea legs under you for sure. And, my brother and I go, there used to be a poker game right down the street here from us at the local pub here. It lost interest, and the people that showed up had games closer to them the entire time. So people stopped showing up, and so they just went ahead and canceled it. So we can't play there anymore. So we have to drive out to fucking Avondale to go play or something like that. But it's fun. I've been there to the same game a couple of times, and the people are cool. Everyone's so nice. Down the street here, a buddy of my brother, he has a monthly poker tournament. So we go down there. My brother plays a lot more frequent than I do. By the way, they're the nicest people, coolest people that there are there. They put on this tournament. The last tournament that they had was a Christmas tournament. The turnout wasn't as big as it usually is. Usually there's a lot of people. I would push 40 to 50 people sometimes. Not this time, but the last time, there was a lot of people. They play in the garage. They have a bunch of tables set up, and that garage is full. But this time we didn't have as big a turnout, but it was ugly Christmas sweater night, and unfortunately my awesome ugly Christmas sweater was in the wash because I'd worn it last week. You got an extra check if you went in and you wore it, and it was cool. Everyone wore theirs, but except me. And you go out there, and it's a friendly game of poker. If anyone's interested in that, as long as you're cool, I'll let you know where it's at. Yeah, because I think it's an unwritten rule, but no douchebags are allowed. And again, really casual, really fun game to go into, and it's fun. Before this, like when I first got out of the hospital, I just watched a lot of poker videos because I'm thinking I'm going to get back into it even at some point. And you look at poker strategy and how to bet, how not to bet, what cards to play and what position, and it's a whole thing. I'm not going to bore you guys, especially those of you that don't even fucking give two shits about cards. But what I will tell you, what you can learn from poker and what is really at the heart of everything is this. It's the type of choices that you make at the appropriate time. Now, it's very important in poker because what we do in poker, as we do in a lot of things that translate to real life, is that you play for the long term. You play to make the right choices despite the outcome, despite the immediate outcome. If you look at your hand and you dissect it and you realize that was still the right choice to make, even though you lost a hand and maybe you lost the tournament and you got kicked out of the tournament, or maybe you even lost your bankroll, you have to make that same choice the next time around, even though you lost your ass off, if it was the right choice. And the only way to know that is, to dissect it and really look into the situation and go not only through the hand again, but possibly through a bunch of other hands before then as well. This sounds stupid to some. Like, why would I continue to make that choice if it cost me $1,000, if it cost me the tournament? Well, because it's the right choice. And though the outcome at that time was wrong, when you play 1,000 hands, when you play tens of thousands a hand, that decision is going to make you money. That decision is going to give you the outcome that you expect. And what's really funny is that you see these poker players that lose in certain hands to where there's a thing where in poker you raise sometimes in order to get the shitty hands out. I don't see it that way at all. If I have a great hand and I want to raise and people want to stay in, that's more money to me. And if they end up playing the wrong hands, you have to play the math and go, they are going to lose most of the time against my hand. That's just math. I want them to do that. So when they suck out, that's a poker term. So basically what it means is when they get lucky, that's good. If you lose that hand and they get lucky and you come up again and say they have the exact same hand and you again bet, you're going to win. And you're going to win big because they've built this false confidence up into this hand. And this is exactly what happened in the last poker tournament that I was in. Not this tournament, but maybe the tournament before, where someone came in with trash, played up against my hand. And what happens is that I just was savvy enough to know where I was, and I ended up having to throw away my hand. But I knew what they had. And yes, by the time we ended up playing again in the same sort of situation, I was able to cash in that hand. Well, I was able to make the most out of my money at that situation. Now, did I win the tournament? No, I got knocked out, which goes into the situation. When I look back at that and I got knocked out of the tournament, I look at how I played certain hands. A couple of hands I didn't fold when I should have, and I gambled a little bit more than I should have. But in the end, there was a few hands in there that kind of crippled me, where I don't know that I misplayed them. I would have done the exact same thing against the exact same person with the exact same amount of money that I bet. I don't think that was wrong. So what does that mean? That means we're going to go through some dry spells where we continue to make the right choices in just about everything that we do. You know, we could be making the right choices in the type of work that we do. I'm helping my buddy out with his website, and I remember setting mine up, and I'm basically teaching him everything that I know in order to set his website up and set up his storefront and set up a bunch of other things. And I remember thinking that I'm looking back and I'm thinking, you know what? Why didn't my work sell? Why is somebody else's work selling and mine isn't? And I think this is something that we all go through. It's a little narcissistic, I understand. And again, sales isn't something that is as important to me now as it was back in the day. But I continue to look at my work. And I continue to look at how much I've grown since then. And I take note of the fact that I'm still doing this. I am still photographing. I am still creating with this. And most of the people whose work was selling at that time, quote unquote, or even just being noticed, I look around and they're not here anymore. They've stopped making magic. They've stopped making, well, it wasn't really magic to begin with. Not that I'm trying to shit dog them, but you know what I'm saying. Whatever it was they're creating, they stopped. They lost interest. They weren't real with their motivation. And it was obvious that at one point they weren't really artists. They were really looking to make a buck and see what happens. And they did. They make a buck. But now, where are they now? And that's the difference between people like that. And I think people like us who are motivated by other things besides money and sales, because we continue to make the correct choices with our work and how we project our work, and translates over the choices that we make in our lives too. It doesn't necessarily that we're going to be rich, famous with the choices that we make, but if we make the right choices, we have a lot less to worry about, and our work will show and will shine brighter than others. I guarantee that. All right. Well, that's enough rambling for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I am going to get a proper conversation going here hopefully soon with a couple of people that I'm really interested in. I'm going to reach out and see if they want to come on to the show. Hopefully it'd be interesting for all of us. Again, thank you so much for listening. The website is thecommonrule.com. You can reach me at thecommonrule@gmail.com. Thank you so much. Have a great week and enjoy your youth.